Well, praise the Lord, saints. I'm back again. We're continuing looking through this RNC platform, and I like a lot of what I see. It's about 80% I agree with, 20% I don't or am not sure about. So here we go. Here's number 17. Let's go back to number 16. It said cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. Remember, I said I agree with the, cut federal funding if they're doing something that's inappropriate. But remember, I was talking about how inappropriate can be considered subjective. So that's one of those ones that I'm not sure about. Okay, here's the next one. Keep men out of women's sports. I agree with this one. The main reason why I agree with this is because whenever the line gets blurred between male and female, usually both suffer, especially women suffer. So I do agree that we should keep men out of women's sports just to, protect women. Okay, so I agree with that one. Next one, 18. Deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Yeah, I agree with the pro-Hamas radicals, but remember, free speech is a big part of this, so they have a right to, criticize Israel, for example. And if you're criticizing Israel, some people say that's pro-Hamas. So I'm not so sure if that one I'm not sure about that one because of, deport pro-Hamas radicals. I mean, if it's a U.S. citizen that happens to be pro-Hamas, are you going to deport them? If it's a college student who is pro-Hamas and they're radical, is that what you're talking about? So, there's not much room for interpretation on this. It says deport pro-Hamas radicals. So a college professor that has always lived in the United States who's pro-Hamas, I mean, this is censorship. So I'm not so sure about that one. I believe if they're talking about pro-Hamas radicals who are not from this country, who are stirring up strife and rebellion in our country, that may be so. So I'm not so sure about that one. All right, number 19, secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. I agree, so that we don't have the people that may have came in our country illegally. It would be nice to secure our elections, so I agree with that one. And 20, unite our country by bringing it to a new and record levels of success. Yes, I agree, but it's really subjective. Like, what do you mean by unite? Does it mean doing exactly what you want to do? I'm not so sure about it. But like I say, when I look through all 20 of these platform planks, I agree with 80% of them. I believe this platform is not as strong as I've seen it in the past. It's not as strong as I've seen it in the past. So, especially as it concerns life, I wish I had the old platform. I'm going to look through my paperwork, see if I can find it. And it's a big difference. I believe this platform is weak in terms of, the issues that the Republican platform have normally stood upon. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would disagree with what I just said, and you're entitled to your beliefs, and just like I am. It just does not seem, a lot of these are very ambiguous, and they are not as strong as far as how are you going to implement this. I'm sure and certain as you go through this, they're going to talk about, how they're going to implement it. So you can go and look through each and every one of these and see how they're going to implement it. For example, they got number 2. Remember, this is enforce immigration laws. It says Republicans will strengthen ICE, increase penalties for illegal entry and overstaying visas, and reinstate remain in Mexico, and other policies that help reduce illegal immigration by historic lows in President Trump's first term. So that goes back what I was saying, is what is historic lows. We will also invoke the Alien Enemies Act, okay, to remove all known or suspected gang members, drug dealers, or cartel members from the United States, ending the scourge of illegal alien gang violence once and for all. We'll bring back the travel ban and use Title 42 to end the child trafficking crisis by returning all trafficking children to their families in their home countries immediately. Interesting. So they do go into explicit detail how they are going to do it, and it's a lot. I'm just looking through it. It's a whole lot. So Christians out there, I have presented to you, turn this back on, makes my face look different. I have relayed to you what is the public Republican platform, and this is really specially tailored for Donald Trump, former president. I don't agree with 20% of it, and 80% I do. So I would feel safe in voting and standing on the Republican platform. All right. My son tried to open it up. Anyway, we'll talk to you later. Bye.